Welcome back to another episode of Highlander Hockey with Rocky. I'm Casey Campbell, along with Howell hockey coach Rocky Johnson. Hello again, Rocky. Thanks for this is episode number 5 now.
Wow, Casey, isn't that something? We're becoming a thing right now. I appreciate
Yeah,
what you're doing, though. Great
absolutely,
for high school sports.
absolutely. Yeah, thank you so much. This is coming off a pretty big week for you guys. Let's first off talk about those games. We got the Livonia got a big win on Friday against the Stallions. I believe that was at Eddie Edgar along with Saturday's game. So 2 trips to Livonia, and of course the shootout loss to Orchard Lake St. Mary's. But pretty good week for this team, and you got to be proud of your team in the way that you battled back.
Yeah, we had a good week. It was a busy week. This couple of weeks in December are really tough for us in terms of games and how busy we are and cramped together. But this week we start off with Canton, a league game on Wednesday. Had some success there. It was a really good game for us. I think always hard to beat a team twice. They're well coached, but we came out and I think we took care of the business we had to take care of, and had an 8-3 victory. Maybe gave up a couple goals we shouldn't have, but at the end of the day, the 83 is a great win in the KLAA. And then Friday, like you said, we went to Eddie Edgar in Livonia to play against the Livonia Stallions, that unified team. And Jason Reynolds does a great job with his players. They always come out and play hard, and they kind of kept us at bay for a little bit. We started off a little slow. It seems to be our thing, but we rallied, and a 5-1 win is a great opportunity for us. We enjoyed that. So, and then going right back Saturday, we didn't come out as hard as I thought we could have. Orchard Lake St. Mary's, one of the top teams in the state of Michigan, any division, doesn't matter which. And they took it to us the first period. And once we got our feet going, I think we were the better team in the second and third period, and, ended up in a tie. And then, of course, the showcase function, or the showcase rules, they did a shootout, which we didn't win the shootout. So we end up in a tie and we lose to the shootout, so 4-3. But yeah, we're pretty happy. We know we can play with those guys, and we know we can play with the top teams, and I think everybody else understood pretty quickly that we are a team to deal with for the season.
All right, it's now time for I don't want to get into anything else because it could potentially ruin what we're about to say here. It's time for Rocky's 3 stars of the week. All right, who is your 3rd star, Rocky?
So, we try to keep this as fun as possible. So we're going to continue with that this week. So we take school buses to school, to the games, right? And the athletic department provides those for us and organize that for us. And unfortunately, we were short a bus. And so we're not going to have a bus to that Livonia game. And we're trying to scramble, figure it out. So I got to give our 3rd star this week to our athletic department, our AD specifically, and Susan Jones also, the administrator in the office there, because they provided us with a coach bus, which we were shocked and excited and surprised about. But I'll tell you what, it was really nice to ride in style to that Livonia Stallions game on Friday night. 2nd star, I mean, listen, can anybody say more about what Livonia Stevenson does with this Adam Mitchell showcase between the MIHL and the KLAA? And I got to tell you, I just want to shout out to them. Hopefully they listen to this and they hear it. There's not enough accolades for what they do to provide for the press, for the scouts, for the administrators, and for the coaching staffs, in terms of their room that they provide for us, and the food and the drinks and a coffee. Lord knows we need that, but they just do a great job over there at Eddie Edgar for that. And we appreciate what Livonia Stevenson did, hosting the event in remembrance of Adam Mitchell. But then listen, I got to be honest with you, and the kids, I talked to the kids about this.
I knew this is coming.
You had to, Casey, come on, because I just got to be honest with you. We love doing this guest appearance of people coming in and doing our starting lineup, get the boys kind of riled up, and we're fine tuning it. But can I just say, you are a rock star.
Thank you.
You came out and you took that and you read it. You pronounced everything correctly, which, some of our names are difficult. You really got them all juiced up. You were ready to go. It was energy. I got to tell you, number 1 stars, pretty nice clap for Casey Campbell doing our starting lineup. in the locker room prior to our Orchard Lake St. Mary's game, and I think that got us on the right footing. And we may have to revisit that again. I don't know.
You
That
might
was
have
pretty.
to.
So that's my number one
There's a
star
couple
for the
games
week.
that I'm going to be at a lot of games this year.
Yeah.
I know that I know state champs is kind of did this lineup challenge thing last year, and if you want to go see it, you can go watch. I know Bill Kahn always put from the Livingston Daily puts together a really good highlight video. So I'm in the beginning part of that. So
Oh yeah, you're up there. It's out there. I've already
I
seen it.
know,
Yeah,
I
it's pretty
know,
good.
I know,
Yeah,
I
you're
know.
out there. Yeah, the boys loved
So,
it. So you did a great job, and I just want to appreciate. Thank you very much,
yeah.
and definitely the number one star this week, no doubt in my mind.
Absolutely. Thank you, Rocky. And I also want to give a shout out as well to Livonia Stevenson and and David. And when I first walked in, when I was getting out of my car, who do I see? It's and none other than David Mitchell. I saw him. He, took me into the hospitality room and really kind of showed me around. I mean that I always say this. It's that's a first class organization over there. It's they put together that event that's in the fifth year. They take care of us, they take care of everybody. It is probably one of the best experiences I've ever had covering high school sports. So I can't appreciate Livonia Stevenson enough for putting that event together, to put the best two hockey conferences together and have them square off. And it's always a great event every year, and I got to attend it for the very first time, so that was exciting. So yeah, I was out of energy after reading that one. I just had to get out there. But yeah, thank you so much for letting me do it. That was fun. I've never done that before, and I used to be, and of course a lot of people don't know this, but I used to be an announcer by trade. So it was I announced some games when I was at Brighton and all that, and
Okay,
so that's
it was great.
yeah,
Yeah,
make
it
sure
was great. Boys
always got to make sure
yeah.
you get every one thing I can't I have to get right is someone's name. I hate screwing up people's names. It's just,
And there's some challenging names out there for sure.
yeah. I mean,
no, you did perfect. It was great.
yeah, thank you so much for that. So let's talk about that event. This is in this week's KLA update. We'll recap all 10 games across. What a great day if you're a hockey fan. So what we had some great games. Big shout out to Canton, 3-2 win over Gibraltar Carlson. Really kind of starting off the day. They were down early on and they came back and won. So big win for that team. Of course, shout out to Port Huron Northern. They got a big win. Scored 3 goals in the last few minutes to beat Plymouth 4-3. The Livonia Red Stallions, after coming off a tough loss to you guys, they came out with a big win over Grosse Pointe South. I'm going to tell you that team is really getting better over time, and they're doing. And for a program that just got put together a few months ago, that's a big time win for those guys. So congrats to them. I'm trying to go the order. Cranbrook picked up a win against Novi 3-0. Salem, U of D Jesuit defeated Salem 8-2. Warren De La Salle defeated Northville 3-0. Of course, Orchard Lake St. Mary's beat Howell 4-3 in a shootout. Heartland got the win against Brother Rice 3-1. Livonia Trenton beat Livonia Stevenson in a shootout 4-3. And then Detroit Catholic Central beat Brighton 7-1. So those are all the games, and I had them all in order. So because everybody knew like what the scores and what the orders was. Plus, I got built a big Google Doc of all the hockey scores. So that was a great day out there in Livonia. And if you've never been to that event, I highly recommend that you go because it's a great day of hockey. I know the state champs guys had a lot of fun. I know Craig Peterson from PD's Picks was there too. And of course, you got to shout out the great Bill Kahn and the great Tim Merrick for all their work that they do too. So they were all out there, and appreciate everybody. It's always a fun event for all of us. So I got to go there for the first time. But yeah, it was a fun event. Can't wait for next year. So
yeah, next year's another year. It was fun. It was a good job. And again, it's a great opportunity, I think, for all the fans and all the coaches and the teams to square off against each other. But I think what people forget is that, there are a lot of local colleges here that play in the ACHA. They're looking for players. You've got junior scouts that show up. It's a big deal for them to be in one roof to see all the best players in the state at one time. And I know it's only two conferences, but I think that's a huge thing for these folks to be able to get eyes on players. And I think if you really unpack it, it's all about the players, it's about the teams, it's about those kids and having opportunity. And I think that's what's really special about that Saturday.
Yeah. Okay, so let's time to preview the upcoming week for Howell hockey. We get back into conference play. Going to square off with Northville, and for the first time since really the opening game, you're at home. You don't have many home games this year, so what's it going to be back at 140 Ice Town?
Well, listen, it's one of the best hidden secrets in hockey, right? It's the 140 Ice Town. It's a great place to play in. It's a difficult place to come in and play against a Howell's team. But we gave up a couple of home games going up to the UP and playing Calumet and Hancock, but that was worth it 100%. And then to the point this weekend, we've had an opportunity now to play 2 home games at Munn Arena. So, yeah, you give up the home field advantage, if you will, a home rink advantage, not playing, but it's going to be great to be back on Wednesday, playing a very difficult, hard-edged Northville team. Listen, it's a conference game and it's a division game. This is a huge game for Howell right now. It really is. I don't think I can put enough pressure on our boys to how important it is to play well against this team. They're a tough team. Every time we play them, they're well coached. They go hard. 2 really top lines that do a great job. So we need to get our ducks in a row. We really need to work hard. We start out today, practice today and tomorrow to get ready for it. But, I think Wednesday's a big day. And not any day is not a big day, but Wednesday's crucial for us. I mean, we've not ever had an opportunity to play for the KLA championship yet. And the only way we do that is if we take care of our business within our conference and our division. And so Wednesday's huge. And then to your point, we have a practice on Thursday, and then we go off and play at Munn Arena, which is just exciting. Our athletic director has some folks there. He's been there, and he's kind of helping us organize this. We're kind of creating an East versus West type of a showcase deal. So we have Cranbrook and us are going to play from the East, and we're being fortunate enough to meet up with Grand Haven and Granville. So Cranbrook will take on Granville at 6:00 at Munn Arena on Friday, and then we'll face off against Grand Haven on Friday at 8:00 p.m. And then Saturday we'll go back and switch it up a little bit, and Cranbrook will take on Granville at 5, and then we'll take on Grand Haven at 5, and we'll take on Granville at 7. And I just think it's exciting. It's great. We're going to offer, kind of build this in. And I think next year we're going to try to expand it to 4 teams from the East against first 4 teams on the West, and so forth. It's wonderful. It's an inexpensive opportunity to play teams you normally wouldn't get a chance to play. So it's exciting. We're looking forward to building on this and looking forward to playing at Munn Arena. I mean, it's all redone. I can't wait to go see it.
Yeah, it's a lot of exciting things that are going on at Munn Arena, of course, with the success of Michigan State this year. So we'll, it'll be a fun event this weekend. And, but first we gotta, of course, we'll see you guys. I'll be at the Howell Northville game. So, should be a fun one there. And then of course the, big weekend out at MSU for Grand Haven.
That's it.
So
we're ready to go.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's going to do it for this week's episode of Highlander Hockey with Rocky. Tune in next week where we'll recap all of these games. Plus, we'll preview the upcoming games as Howell hits the road again. Yeah, you're going to hear that a lot. As they go to Plymouth and finish out the 2023 year with their annual showdown with Brighton. So it should be a fun one. Stay tuned, and we'll talk to you next week on Highlander Hockey with Rocky.
Thanks, Casey. We'll talk to you soon.